First Peter 2, verse 9 says, "But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his own special people, that you may proclaim the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." Now in this verse, Peter reminds the believers of their identity in Christ and their purposes in him. As Christians, we are not ordinary. We are chosen by God. This selection is not based on our merit, but solely on God's grace and love. To be a chosen generation means that God has specifically called us to be his people in this time and season. He called us to live according to his will and glorify him. Peter also calls us a royal priesthood. In ancient Israel, the priesthood was reserved for the tribe of Levi. But through Christ, every believer has been given access to God. We now have the privilege of worshiping him directly and the responsibility to intercede for others. As royalty, we represent God's kingdom, reflecting his character and carrying his authority in the world. When Peter says that we are a holy nation, he emphasizes that we are set apart for God's purposes. Holiness is not about perfection, but it's about living lives dedicated to him, rejecting sin, and embracing righteousness. As his own special people, we belong to him in a unique way. This is an intimate and personal relationship where we are treasured by the creator of the universe. The purpose of this identity is clear. Our lives should testify to the transformative power of God's grace. He has rescued us from the darkness of sin and brought us into the light of salvation. Our response, it should be to worship him and to share his goodness with others. In this verse, Peter calls us to live confidently in our God-given identity. We are to let our lives be a testimony of his love and power. Always remember who you are in Christ and walk boldly as his chosen people, proclaiming his praises daily.